Emotional, soft piano music begins. Their love story started like a fairy tale, a whirlwind romance that swept Sarah off her feet. In just a few months, she was completely smitten with Mark. He was charming, funny, and promised her the world. But their fairy tale took a dark turn when Sarah discovered she was pregnant. The joy she felt was quickly extinguished by Mark's reaction. He denied it was his words like daggers to her heart. "That's not my problem," he'd said, turning his back on her and the life they had created, vanishing without a trace. The world crashed down around Sarah. She was alone, heartbroken, and pregnant. The pain of his abandonment was immense, a constant ache that overshadowed the morning sickness and the fear of the unknown. Friends and family offered whispers of doubt, but Sarah's resolve was made of steel. This baby was a part of her, a piece of the love she once believed in, and she would protect her with every ounce of her being. The 9 months were a lonely journey, filled with tears, late-night worries, and the struggle to make ends meet. She worked 2 jobs, her body aching, her spirit weary, but the gentle kicks from within reminded her of her purpose. Then came the day of delivery. It was a long, arduous process, but when she finally held her baby girl, she named her Lily. Looking into those tiny, innocent eyes, all the pain, all the betrayal, seemed to melt away. A fierce, unconditional love bloomed in her heart. This little girl was her world now. Sarah promised Lily that she would never feel the sting of abandonment, that she would have a life filled with love, opportunity, and happiness. Life as a single mother was far from easy. There were days Sarah was so exhausted she could barely stand. She juggled diaper changes with late-night shifts, lullabies with overdue bills. She ate instant noodles so Lily could have fresh fruit. She patched up old clothes so Lily could have new school shoes. Every sacrifice was a testament to her love. She watched Lily grow, a bright, resilient child who inherited her mother's strength and her absent father's ambition. Sarah poured everything she had into Lily's education, believing it was the key to a better life, a life Sarah herself could only dream of. Years flew by. Lily excelled in school, her brilliance shining through. She earned scholarships, her mother's proud tears watering the seeds of her success. She went to college, graduated at the top of her class, and with a brilliant business idea and an unbreakable spirit, she climbed the corporate ladder with astonishing speed. Before long, Lily wasn't just successful. She was the CEO of a major tech corporation, a name respected throughout the industry. She bought her mother a beautiful house, took her on vacations, and showered her with the comfort and security she had worked so hard to provide for Lily. Sarah's heart swelled with pride. Her little girl, her reason for living, had made it. One crisp autumn afternoon, a man with graying hair and a weary face walked into Lily's company for a job interview. His name was Mark. He had fallen on hard times, his life a series of poor choices and missed opportunities. He was desperate. He had no idea who the CEO was, only that this job was his last hope. As he sat nervously in the waiting room, the door to the executive office opened. Out walked a poised, powerful young woman. Their eyes met. Time stood still. The recognition was instant, a jolt of lightning for both of them. For Lily, it was like looking at an old, faded photograph she never knew she had. For Mark, it was a ghost from a past he had tried to bury. The man who had denied her existence was now standing before her, asking for lifeline. The air was thick with unspoken words, with 25 years of pain, struggle, and abandonment. He was at her mercy. Mark stammered, his face pale with shock and shame. "Lily," he whispered, his voice cracking. Lily remained composed, her expression unreadable. She led him into her office, the silence between them deafening. He tried to explain, to apologize, his words fumbling and inadequate. He spoke of regret, of a life of what-ifs, but his excuses sounded hollow against the backdrop of her mother's decades of sacrifice. Lily listened, her heart a whirlwind of conflicting emotions. There was anger, a deep, simmering rage for the pain he caused her mother. There was a strange curiosity about the man who was half of her DNA. And deep down, was there a flicker of pity? That evening, Lily went home and told her mother. Sarah listened, her hands trembling as she clutched her teacup. The old wound, the one she thought had scarred over, was ripped open again. All the nights she cried herself to sleep, all the struggles she faced alone, came flooding back. "He has no right," she said, her voice filled with a protective fury. "After everything, he has no right to come back into our lives. You don't owe him anything, my love. Nothing." Lily was torn. Her mother's pain was her own. She knew Sarah was right. This man was a stranger who had forfeited any right to be called father. Yet, as she looked at her own reflection, she saw his eyes, his ambition. Could she turn away a man who was, biologically, her father when he was at his lowest? Did helping him mean forgiving him? And would forgiving him be a betrayal of her mother, the only parent she had ever known? The decision rested on her shoulders, a weight heavier than any corporate merger. It wasn't just about a job. It was about rewriting the ending to their broken fairy tale. What would she do? Would she choose justice for her mother's past or a complicated, uncertain future? Thank you so much for watching our story unfold. What do you think Lily should do? Let us know in the comments below. We read every single one. And if you enjoyed this, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more stories that make you think and feel. We'll see you in the next video.